for moving curtains, and I'm going to show you today how to make an ordinary basic lined curtain. But I want to talk about the linings first. I want to just show you an ordinary sateen cotton lining, which is used for most curtains, or to get a better, fuller look you can have a blackout lining that's got a bond on the back, which gives a fuller effect, and you can have ordinary cotton with bonded on the back, which also gives you a fuller looking curtain. And I've got one cut out here on the table to show you how to do it. The tools you're going to need for making a pair of curtains is a good tape measure, a ruler, a pencil, a couple of pairs of very sharp scissors, the cotton that you need to the colour of your curtains that you're going to make, an unpicker, just in case you do it wrong, some pins, and a straight edge. An essential tool is a sketchbook that you can use to jot down your ideas and measurements. Alternatively, you could use moving curtains design software available from our website www.movingcurtains.com. Today we are making pencil pleat curtains which look like this. Okay. The first thing you need to do is measure your window. To measure your windows, first thing you need to do, measure the width and height of your window. Then add on 7 inches on both sides of your window to allow the curtains to sit past your window, to ensure it doesn't obscure your light. For your curtain pole or pelmet, allow 4 to 6 inches above the window. The length of your curtains depends on your choice. After measuring your window, you need to work out how much fabric you need. The formula for that is on your screen now. What you've just seen me do here was lay the main fabric on the table and put the lining on top. I've pinned the sides, but when I cut the lining, I cut it 8 inches shorter than the main fabric. That enables for the return. And then now it's ready to be machined. Now you've sewn the main fabric and the lining together, what I'd like you to do is find the middle of both of these. So if you put the two seams together, in this case pull the lining taut and just mark it with a pencil, turn it over and do the same to the main fabric. Seams together, find the middle, pull it taut and just mark it. This will enable you to have your returns exactly the same. So now the two marks you put together and you pin. And now what I'll do now is just take this to the machine and machine it. From the pin mark, start machining right to the very end, keeping your fabrics together. And this bit here is your return. So what I'm going to do now is turn the material over, and the pin mark that I made earlier is the middle, and now I'm going to machine from the middle outwards. Now we've put the fabric together, we are going to iron the top seam. What we're going to do now is find the centre where we marked previously, and I'm going to iron this seam. Okay, now I've ironed the seam, I'm going to turn everything in the correct side, pushing out the corners with my finger And what I need to do now is iron again that same seam on the lining side. With the iron. And if you look, it's the same returns. That's why you've got to mark the middle. After the ironing, now we're going to put the tape on. Pulling the tape gently to keep it taut. What we're going to do now we've done that first line of stitching to put the tape on, is turn it over to the right side and pin every 3 or 4 inches right the way to the end so the material is flat, and then we're going to do the next lot of stitching. Now the pins are on, you can start your second stitch line. And cut the ends. Turn it over and take all your pins out. The reason for the pins, so that it keeps the tape very close to the fabric, hence you don't get any puckering at all, which gives you a more professional look. Once you've pinned your hem to the length you want, it's the ends that has to be turned over. And the best way to do it is fold it in gently, a bit like an envelope, and just pin it. Then it stays in place for when you sew it. Turn it over and you see that the lining is just slightly shorter than the curtain. The next step is to sew the lining. What I'm going to do now is put a line of stitching along the bottom of the lining. And cut your cottons to finish and take your pins out. Okay, we're coming to the end now. Now I've hand stitched the hem. Hand stitching is always better than a sewing machine finish. This is now just to finish off, to make the corner nice and neat and tidy. Just put a couple of stitches down the side, really neat so that you can't see them. And I always think it's a good idea, once you've done this, just to keep it straight and to hang nice. We go just round the bottom, just a couple of, maybe an inch or so. There is your neat edge. After hemming and ironing the hem, the next thing to do is gather the strings on the top of your curtain, and I'm going to do that now. First of all, I'm going to put a knot at the end of the strings, Pull it slightly and I'm going to make another knot a little bit further up. And in between the two knots I'm going to pull apart and I'm going to put on this hook on the wall. It makes it easier to gather. And this is how you gather. Just pull bits along and all your little soldiers will stand up straight. And that's done. The next bit is to put the hooks in the curtains. Now we're going to put a hook in every fourth hole. And that one's done and ready to... As you can see, I've hung both curtains up, but I'm wondering if you can see which is the one that's interlined and the one that's just got ordinary lining. The one to my right has got the interlining and looks fluffier and thicker. This one here has just got ordinary lining. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just got ordinary lining. Now we've hung the curtains, you're left with these strings. Whatever you do, don't cut them off. The best thing to do is if you wind them around your hand to the very top, very neatly, and place them between the main fabric and the tape. And there you are, a neat edge. To find out more and to download your copy of Moving Curtains software, simply visit www.movingcurtains.com.